नमस्कार. Honorable Defense Minister of India Shri Rajnath Singh made quite encouraging announcement this morning in the context of defense production policy. Indian industries, especially Indian entrepreneurs like me, we are very happy to know the announcements, the news. He announced in a series of tweets that the Ministry of Defense will introduce import embargo on 101 items. He has also declared an interesting time limit. There is a deadline set for each and every item. It will be allowed to import that particular item till that date, and beyond which it will not be possible for the stakeholders to order that item. There is a date declared. This is actually a revolutionary decision by the Ministry of Defense, taking inspiration from the clarion call given by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi for an Atmanirbhar Bharat, a self-reliant India. Indeed, this is a huge step towards self-reliance, especially in the defense sector. The most important point is it will wide open the doors for the Indian industries, especially the small and medium scale industries in India. Unfortunately, or normally you can say, when someone would like to start a business on his own, he wants to be on his own, he or she, we look at relatively very easy sectors like automobile sector or process plant machinery manufacturing. We pick some product in this particular sector and we start our enterprise. New entrepreneurs or startups, they hardly have some defense item on their radar. Actually, we all Indian entrepreneurs must take advantage of the opportunity available in defense sector. It's a huge sector. Look at the numbers, look at the business potential available. As the Honorable Minister declared this morning, they have planned to place orders worth about 4 lakh crores in next 6 to 7 years. That's huge. Navy alone will release contracts worth rupees 1 lakh 40 crores. Indian Army, Air Force together will spend worth about 1 lakh 30 crores. So there is a huge potential, huge business potential, which we must look at. And I don't think these figures lie, because to support these figures, he also had declared what government has done so far. The government of India has placed orders worth about 3.5 lakh crore between April 2015 and August 2020. So it's a huge market. Between April 2015 and August 2020, they have released orders worth about 3.5 lakh crores. It's an encouraging market. What excites me more is now the Ministry of Defense has bifurcated the capital procurement budget for this year 2021 between domestic and foreign capital procurement routes. I mean, there is a clear-cut bifurcation on how much they are going to spend on foreign capital procurement and domestic procurement. The budgeted spending for this year in domestic capital purchase itself is huge, 52,000 crore rupees in 2021. The ministry has clearly set a deadline for, as I said, each and every item in the list for those 101 items. And after the deadline, no import of the item will be allowed. They will stop importing these items one by one till maximum 2024. Which actually is amazing, which means the ministry has assured that they have a structured plan in place to create necessary infrastructure like production facilities to stop the imports beyond the deadline. What makes me more happy is the trust shown by the Defense Ministry in Indian entrepreneurs. This is evident if you look at the list of the items. The list is prepared very thoughtfully, as the Honorable Minister said, by taking stakeholders, industries, and research institutes into confidence. The most important thing is why I said it's really encouraging to see that the minister has shown confidence, faith in Indian entrepreneurs, is because these items are not mere shoes, helmets or goggles. I mean, these items are also important to manufacture in India, but items included in the list to stop import are some high technology weapon systems that is more important, such as artillery guns, assault rifles, sonar systems, transport aircrafts, radars, and many such critical items which will fulfill the needs of defense services. And of course, we can definitely manufacture such high-tech products, weapons in India. Indian industry is capable to take such a challenge. We have proved in the past we can do it. Way back in 1983, a significant beginning in defense indigenization was made when the government of India had sanctioned the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program to develop 5 missile systems, which we all in fact know: Prithvi, surface to surface missile; Akash, surface to air; Trishul, the naval version of Prithvi, the Nag anti-tank missile, and the various versions of Agni ballistic missile based on the different ranges, Agni 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is no need to explain the massive work we have done in developing these missiles indigenously. We all know the success stories of these missiles. Actually, under the leadership of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, a self-reliance review committee was formed to work over 10-year self-reliance plan. From 30% indigenization, we had planned to be 70% self-reliant by 2005 in defense production. This was a program between 1995 to 2005, I think, yes. 70% self-reliant by 2005 in defense production. Unfortunately, the target was not achieved. The indigenous efforts were not adequate to meet the requirements of the armed forces. India has a peculiar defense scenario as the country has one of the largest defense infrastructure, and at the same time we are one of the largest defense importer in the world. India is the second largest arms importer in the world, perhaps after Saudi Arabia. Despite having the fifth largest defense budget in the world, it's not good to know actually that India procures 60% of its weapon systems from foreign markets. And we know the impact higher import dependency leads to increase in the fiscal deficit, and of course many more security related issues. So naturally our governments have been consistently trying to be self-reliant and to overcome the various hurdles of defense sector development, including measures to overcome import dependence. Government has taken many steps. They introduced several measures. In between, we had shifted our focus towards co-development and co-production in partnership with foreign companies. This is how in 1998, India and Russia had signed an intergovernmental agreement to jointly produce the famous BrahMos supersonic cruise missile. This was one of the attempts, but of course India did partnership with other countries also. After that, like Israel, France, to work on many projects. In the same series of efforts, opening up defense sector for FDI recently, or the Make in India program, promotion of private sector participation, we have been consistently trying to reduce our dependency on imports. So on this backdrop, announcement of manufacturing those 101 items in-house is really motivating for the Indian enterprise. The minister has also declared that there will be some more items reserved for manufacturing in India alone. I mean, not only these 101, but we gradually unfold, which will have multiple benefits. As government itself estimates a reduction of 20 to 25% in defense related imports could directly create an additional 100,000 to 120,000 highly skilled jobs in India. About 1 lakh to 1.2 lakhs highly skilled jobs in India is something really great. Just by manufacturing 20 to 25% items here in-house, which otherwise we have been importing. So the action plan declared by Honorable Minister is highly assuring. For example, as he immediately declared, the list includes wheeled armored fighting vehicles with indicative import embargo date of December 2021. I mean, immediately, hardly within 1 year, of which the army is expected to contract almost 200 at an approximate cost of over 5,000 crores. So they have a robust plan to stop imports one by one. This is quite fast. This is quite encouraging. So in all, this is an exciting announcement which will not only help the country to develop and support indigenous defense manufacturing sector, but it will create more and more skilled jobs. It will boost our MSME sector, and for which we must thank the government of India. Thank you so much.